Hello everyone, this is Eugene Blind and it's my EU4 beginners guide. Today we will speak about Monarch power or Monarch points. Here they are. This is one of the main or even the most important resource in the game. These points will help you to boost your country, to make it much stronger and in to be the domination power in your region or in the whole world. So there are three types of power. Here they are: administrative power, diplomatic power, and military power. So why why they are needed and where you can spend them. So the main and the most important way of spending these points is of course your technologies. So there are also the same three types of technologies: administrative, diplomatic, and military, on which you can spend the correct points. Each kind of technology will cost you 600 points, plus or minus some modifiers will increase or decrease this amount. The next way is of course your ideas. Ideas in the idea groups. National ideas will cost you nothing because they will be opened for each free ideas in these categories. So here each idea will cost you 400 points. So administrative ideas for admin points, diplomatic points, and military points. Here these technologies and ideas are the main way of spending all kinds of power. And now we will speak separately for each one of them. Administrative power, as for me, is the most important among these three, because its main way of spending, as for me, is for covering provinces, newly conquered provinces. Then you will go into war with your neighbors, and you will surely do this. EU4 is the game about wars, first of all. Then you will conquer new province here, or here, or here. It will be shown those provinces. You will need to core it. If you will not do so, you will have a lot of troubles. So this province will give you less more or less income. It will be the increased unrest here, and it will be a lot of troubles for you. Yeah, and also the overextension will be increased. A lot of negative options. That's why you should always core newly conquered provinces, and it will cost you 10 points for each point of development. Well, it's for especially rich provinces. Yes, Milan 31, so it will cost you 300 for core it and then turn it into the state. Also, admin points will need you to boost your stability, one of the most important options. For reducing inflation, not so crucial, but nevertheless. For raising war taxes, for changing your government type. Also, if you want to move your capital, you will need 100 such points. As you see, there are a lot of ways of spending these points, but again, the most important are technologies, ideas, and coring provinces, as far as I think. Diplomatic power. Not so crucial, but nevertheless also also important. First two ways are the same, ideas and technologies. The rest are when you will offer after the war, you will offer a peace deal to your enemies. I hope it will be a good peace deal for you. And for each peace offer, if the opponent will satisfy it, you will spend some kind of diplomatic points. It will depend on how good this peace deal will be, how many provinces you will gain, or some other bonuses you will gain, especially if you are going to take provinces which are not the war goal. It will be an unjustified demands, and then it will seriously increase the number of diplomatic points spent. The other option is your vassals. If you will going to annex them to take their territories, you will also spend some number of T points. As far as I remember, it will be something like 8 points per your vassal development. Yeah, and if you are going to change your trade capital, not your main, but trade capital, it will also cost you 100 D points. And speaking about military points, they are, as for me, has the just few ways of spending. The most important, especially at the beginning of the game, is of course military technologies. That's why most of them should be spent on this. At the beginning of the game, even 1 point in the military technologies will make your army much more stronger than the opponents and will give you really some real advantages. Ideas, of course, and hiring generals and conquistadors, as well as diplomatic power, are spent on hiring admirals and explorers. There are ways of spending military power are just something about the war actions, for example, to burn the colony, for scorched land, for forcing march, and other options. So they're really optional and not so crucial for the country, as for me. Now we were speaking about where you can spend your points, and it's a real good question how we can gain them. There are several ways of doing it. First way is it's not really a way. It will be the base value. Every country has the base value of 3 monarch power in each category. So you will surely gain 3 points. You may not have them in real life, but I will tell you about it a bit later. The other way of gaining some extra monarch power is your ruler. So for the Poland at the beginning of the game, it is not the best option for gaining these points because they have no ruler, but other countries have some points in this category, so it will increase the total number of monarch power gained per month. That's why if you have some options for choosing your future ruler, you should see who of the pretenders have more monarch points. The republics have some advantage here because their rulers gain some extra points for if they were re-elected, and also they may choose the ruler, so they may choose a category of monarch power where the ruler will be strong enough. The other government types have only the ability to choose the national focus, so it will give plus 2 in the category of which was chosen, and will reduce for 1 point to other categories. So for example, it will here it boosts admin power by plus 2 and reduces the diplomatic power and military power for 1 point. Other main way of gaining monarch power is your advisors. They will help you to gain from plus 1 to plus 3. There is no such an advisor here, but he will surely be. But they cost some money. If the advisor for plus 1 costs some not crucial money, the advisor which will give you plus 2 points will cost you much more money, as we can see here, and the advisor for plus 3, it will be extremely hard to maintain it, especially at the beginning of the game. Later on it may be not so serious money for some prosperous countries, but at the beginning it's really hard. And finally, the other way for gaining monarch power is power projection. If you will gain 50 power projection, you will gain plus 1 monarch power in each category. Also, you can increase the number of points by some events, so it is not you will have the ability to do this, you will face these events, and they will decrease or increase the number of powers. So it's all up to you, and it's a bit random, so I don't can call it the way for gaining points, because you will, and often for several times you will lose, several times one by one you will lose we will lose points in each category. Also, there are several ways in which you will lose your points, not by some event, but constantly, every month. Here you will lose for 1 deep point every month if you will increase the number of your diplomatic relations by 1. So if you will increase it by 2, you will lose 2 deep points every day. So that's why it is really important to maintain the correct number of diplomatic relations. You will also lose 1 point of deep point and military point for each extra leader without and keep. Here it is shown that you can have 2 generals for free. The 3rd general will cost you 1 military point each month. The same with with politics. The politics will need you to spend 1 point for each politics in a category chosen. So the politics in the admin category will make you lose 1 point of admin power. That's why I said that the base value it is if you, for example, have too many diplomatic relations, have the ruler with 0 deep power, have no advisors, have low power projections, you will gain even less than 3. Especially if you are annexing vassal at the same time, it will be just minus number here, and you will lose diplomatic power instead of gaining. As I think it's all I want to say you, I hope this information was useful for you. Yes, I know that most of the players who watch such videos already know about this, but nevertheless, maybe there was some types of information which was new for you. Um, so I hope it was useful for you anyway. Uh, Thanks for your attention, and I hope to see you here in my future guides. Will be really grateful for likes and especially for subscribes. See you soon. Goodbye.